Hey, Jeff here from hangingbythemoments.com. I just wanted to take this a minute or two and just talk to you and kind of tell you about who I am and our consulting service that we offer. I say we, it's really me. So, Hanging by the Moments is a company that my wife and I started a couple months ago. Kind of stemmed from uh, just the amount of work I was getting doing my hobby CNC work, and just decided it was time to, let's be up front, let's pay our taxes, let's do what we need to do, and let's do it right. So, that being said, Hanging by the Moments was a song that is special to me and my wife both. And so we just decided that was a good name for what we wanted to do, because what we want to do is we want to help create those moments that people can remember. And I told my wife that part of what that needed to involve is for me to put myself out there and consult. Been doing it for years without charging, but since we're trying to maintain a business and continue to progress on our vision, I need to fund it a little bit. So what do I offer? Who am I and what do I offer? So to give you a background on me and why I feel like I have something to offer to you, I worked from the time I was 19 years old until I was 35 in a wire and cable plant, where I did everything from packaging, and then when I left there I was in industrial maintenance. So I understand electronics, I understand controls, I understand motors and drives pretty well. When I left the wire plant, I went to work for an aerospace subcontractor, and for the last 16 years I have spent my time doing instrumentation. And when I say instrumentation, I don't mean musical instruments, I mean electrical instruments. So measurements and controls. And that includes everything from drawing the electrical circuits, designing the layout of our data collection systems and controls, and including some software development. So I have a little bit of a background in all areas that go into what you see in a CNC machine. My background as far as CNC goes, about 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, something like that, I was talking to a coworker who had bought a small CNC machine, and he was cutting circuit boards, and it seemed very, very interesting to me. I was like, whoa, wow, you mean I don't have to use like the chemical and etch boards? I thought, wow, this is really cool. When I heard the price he paid for the machine, I was not happy anymore, because I thought, wow, this just kind of went away. So I decided I would look into doing it on my own. I said, there's got to be a cheaper way to do it. Well, digging and digging and digging, and I spent several months. I'd spend hours at lunch just looking through different things online, different companies that were selling machines, and everything was expensive. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about CAD software. I know what it is. I know what CAD software is. I know what CAM software is. But I don't know anything about working it. I mean, I've dabbled in it, but I don't know enough to go design anything. So through the process, I came across the whole GRBL or GRBL community. And I was like, oh wow, I know how to play with an Arduino. I know what stepper shields are. I can play with that. So I built the machine from the ground up, and I built it entirely out of CD-ROM and floppy drive parts, because they have stepper motors in them, and I didn't really want to spend a whole lot of money. So let's just build something and see if I can make it work. Built a controller and everything, and it actually worked. I still have the thing. It's just a little pin plotter. So then I decided, well, let's step it up to the next level and let me just build a machine from the ground up. Because at this point, there was only a couple manufacturers, and I won't really get into names, but they were some up and coming ones that you still see out there. They're some of the stronger names, but they were kind of a smaller company. And so I built my machine, and I did a lot of things wrong. Tried to make it really precise and realized that you lose torque when you start doing that. And I used too small of a stepper motor because I was trying to save money. And there's just several things that I did wrong on it. But it worked. Didn't work the best, but it worked. So then I decided that, I needed to step up and go bigger scale, because at this point I had learned that I could actually do some stuff in wood. And you have to know this about me. I'm not an artist. Never have been. I can't draw a stick man without a compass and a ruler. You can't even hardly read my handwriting. So the idea of me being able to create things in wood and make some of the beautiful things that I was able to do was just mind-boggling to me. And so it just kind of fed on that kind of thing. Fast forward a little bit, I decided to buy a kit that at the time, once again, won't call any names, but at the time they considered themselves to be open source hardware. So I bought what I wanted of their kit. Once again, like many people do, I went too small, trying to save money, and found out a couple months after I bought it that I really should have bought a bigger machine. Long story short, I ran that machine for probably 5 years until earlier this week when I got this. Ran it wide open. It was running every week. I was cutting something, not every day, but at least a couple times a month, or it'd get busier around different seasons, stuff like that. There'd be spells. But it's a hobby, so you do what you do. But it's heavily modified. I added a lot of features that a lot of people don't get typically, because I had learned over the years how to get in and actually tweak the controller, and how you can change some of the settings and how you can customize things. So that's what I want to share with you, is that knowledge that I've gained over the years. And what you get if you contact me, what you will get is exactly what you're seeing on this video. I'm going to talk to you just like I'm talking right now. This is who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. This is who I am. And I will do everything in my power to help resolve whatever issues you have and answer whatever questions you have. Now, I will probably treat you very similar to the way that I had an instructor treat me when I was taking programmable logic. And he would never, ever, 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 ever answer a question. He would continue to ask you questions until you answered your own question. I won't go that far, but I will make sure that you understand. And I will use every resource within my capability to help resolve whatever issues you have, whatever questions you have, or to help you set up or modify your machine to suit your needs. That being said, I ask that you please keep in mind that, this is not my full-time job. I do have a full-time job that I love my job, and I'll work there as long as they'll let me work. And I joke about it, but I'll probably show up the day after they let me go just to make sure that they didn't change their mind. But I love doing this, and that's why I do it. So if you got questions, you got concerns about anything, you want to ask me a question, you can feel free to go to my website. It's hangingbythemoments.com. Once again, I'll probably put it down in the description. But hangingbythemoments.com is our website, if you go to the link that says forms, that's where you can actually order stuff from me, but that's also the way you can contact me. So you can go in there and you can just kind of give me a short description, give me your email address, and it'll send an email straight to me. I will do consultations by phone. And the reason I say I will do them by phone is because several of you are going to be a lot like me. I've got this machine, and I do have a computer sitting over here, but I don't like my computer sitting in my garage. So I'm taking my computer and it's going to be moving back into the house because this machine does not need to be connected to a computer to run. So you may not have a computer, you may not have internet access at your machine, and since I'm offering troubleshooting, you're going to have to be at your machine, and that's more vital than you being where you have internet. That's the way I feel about it. So I will probably talk to you by phone, and if it's something that I feel it's important, if it's something that I feel is very important, we'll probably ask if it's okay to record that phone call. And it's not because I'm wanting to spy on anybody, so I will probably ask to record the phone call for both of our sakes, so that if you're having an issue and you're trying to convey that issue to me and I have to go research something, I can hear what you're telling me again. All right. Writing and taking notes is something I can do very well, but I tend to be a little bit scatterbrained. So recording would really help me with that. Gotta get some water, sorry. The other thing is it gives me a record so that I can go back and look, and so we don't repeat steps. So if you're having an issue and you contact me and I have somebody else contact me, that I don't confuse this bill with the other bill. You know, it kind of, for lack of a better purposes, it's kind of a way to journal what is being done. It's not meant in any way, shape, or form to be something that I'm gonna like use against you in any way. I will never do it without your consent, and we'll keep everything entirely private unless you say otherwise. That being said, there will be topics that maybe I help other people with that'll wind up on the YouTube channel that I have. I will not call anybody by name without their permission. I can guarantee you that. That being said, you know, I'm just going to leave it at this. Go to my website, look at what I offer. Well, I say look at what I offer. All you're going to find on there is like items. But this is what I offer for consulting. It's just me. It's who I am. So feel free to hit me up with any questions. Feel free to email me, contact me. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is Hanging by the Moments, but once again, search for the channel, not the song, because you'll wind up getting a whole bunch of other stuff. And then also I have a Facebook page that is Hanging by the Moments. And you can look out there and you can contact me through that way too. Any of those resources are there. I will do everything I can to work with anybody in any way that I possibly can. And I'm just going to leave it at that. This is who I am. I hope I can help you, and I look forward to working with you. Just check us out. Y'all have a great day.